What's up, Cincinnati? I hope you got your artistic skills on today because I got a guest here that represents Cincinnati with his artistic ideas from all over the city. I got to interview him a lot of times. You know, he's a great guy. He's always, got people involved, especially the youth when it comes to, art, at schools, at, downtown Cincinnati. Anywhere you can think of, he's there. By the way, folks, I'm Stanley Soul Train Jefferson. It's great to see you all again here on Set the Record Straight with Soul Train. Well, here today, we got my man, Brent Billington.
Yes, sir. What's going down?
What's up,
Soul Train.
Yeah, you know.
Setting the record straight. What's happening, brother?
I'm going to set the record straight with you all, right?
Hey, man, let's go. Let's get it in.
Yes, sir. Now, I talked with you many times before.
Yes, we have.
At several events here in Cincinnati, and I've seen a lot of artistic works.
Yeah.
With Arte. He is the CEO, folks. He is the CEO and founder of Arte. And it's not spelled A-R-T either. It's A-R-T-E. Remember that. A-R-T-E. Now, Brent.
Yes, sir.
For those that don't know what Arte is.
Okay.
Tell me, who are you and why did you come up with this idea?
Who am I? Well, okay, so what I am is I'm a country boy from New Miami, Ohio. That's Ohio, for those of y'all that don't know. And I can color pretty good. I'm an artist. But my superpower is I engage youth and communities artistically. So what I decided to do was create an organization that does just that. I have a bachelor's in art, I have a master's in social work. So I've combined my modalities to create a company that does what I call therapeutic artistic engagement. And we specialize in community-based murals and community-based projects and community-based engagement activities.
So what is art?
What is art? So what does it mean, like the title itself?
Yes, absolutely.
So it's an acrostic, and it stands for art, reconciliation, truth, and empowerment, or an engagement, whichever one you like the best. So
I like engagement better.
I can dig it. Then we'll go with engagement then.
Oh, yes. So, what made you want to get, the youth involved in this? I mean, what inspired you to start this out?
So I've been mentoring youth for quite some time, and I've always dabbled in art a little bit. But when I left my job at Ford Motor Company and I went back to, I would say, make use of the gifts that I've been given. I've always been an artist, but I didn't do any art for like 14, 15 years after I graduated from high school. So when I decided to leave a job that was very, very financially stable for the ambiguity of developing my craft, it was a very, very challenging decision, but it was an easy one. Though it was challenging, it was still easy at the same time, if that makes sense. But, making that decision and going back and getting that degree. And I always dealt with youth. I've been mentoring kids for like 20-something years. So once I got my degree and I started working at Children's Hospital, I use art all the time. So I work in psychiatry as a behavioral health specialist. And what I did was I implemented art on a regular basis, and I saw how much it would help a kid who was having suicidal, homicidal ideations, who was having what's called maladaptive behavior, which is this negativity. So I saw the benefits of art directly on a day-to-day basis. In psychiatry, where we deal with a high acuity population where the kids it's a very, very challenging population that we deal with. And I saw from the beginning how when you implemented art, how it would change outcomes. So after 8 years of me putting in work at the hospital, it was time for me to start my own company and not just doing it in the hospital, but doing it out in the community as well.
All right, my man, that's great to know. You really inspired a lot of people, not just kids, but, adults alike, from what I've seen, when I got to talk to you and when I got to see your artistic, ideas, especially the one that really inspired me, and I got some pictures of your artistic work that you done. The one that really inspired me was when you did the one over at the City Hall, the Black Lives Matter one. I mean,
Okay.
that really inspired me right there.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get deep into that, but yours, that right there, and along with several others that you've done, it really inspired me. And
Appreciate it.
yeah, I appreciate it from you too, man. What type of impact does your artwork around Cincinnati that your volunteers do play towards the community? What message you wanna give out to them?
I would say, from what I'm told from youth and from community leaders, is so here's the deal with me, right? Is the art is always secondary for me. So what's first for me is that we use art to build relationships. So when I go in somewhere and I do art, it is always about what are we doing with the youth? Are we there? Are we available? Are we listening? I'm trained in what's called dialectical behavior therapy, and part of the skill sets, one of the 9 Anumi activities is predicated on focus, fun, and distraction. And what we do is we teach art, but in the course of us teaching art, we're building relationships. It just so happens that I'm an artist too, and we end up with something beautiful. But the purpose of the art implementation is to become an asset, is to become a mentor, is to become a big brother or a big sister or uncle or auntie, and to remain present. So the whole purpose of the implementation of community projects is to some kind of way create something after the paint is dry to be sustainable and to remain present in their lives for as long as you would need to be or as long as you can be. So the feedback I get is, because we don't just go and paint, man, we go and we build relationships. So I get great feedback from a lot of people who are very empowered, who are very encouraged, and sometimes, you're there temporarily because maybe you're just the scaffolding for somebody to lay their bricks up so you can get them somewhere where they're not cold, or maybe you're just that one time for that one moment. But what we always try to do is make sure that something happens so somebody feels like they're part of something bigger than themselves.
Absolutely. And that's empowerment right there, because art can really help people really find who they really are, because believe it or not, art really tells me who I really am, because like I could look at logos of certain sports teams and I could look at the word marks and everything. It could like really say, okay, that's me. That's really me. That right there, it's like already I got some ideas, because I want to come up with a logo of my own. It's like I want to put like an S inside of a star. I'm gonna call it the S in the star logo.
Yeah.
It's art can really identify who you really are.
Yeah.
And my next question I have is what does it mean to see youth and adults alike to come out and be a part of art? Be a part of showing Cincinnati their artistic ideas.
So, as I engage the greater Cincinnati region, which is Hamilton and Butler County currently, and I meet these different kids from these different backgrounds. 1 week I'm at North College Hill, 1 week I'm at Princeton, 1 week I'm at Mason, 1 week I'm at Butler Tech. And it's interesting to see the dichotomy between the different schools and different cultures. And the groups that I deal with tend to be that special group that exists amongst that school, who are there, man, for a purpose, who are there to help out there, either to take the world by storm artistically, or to help their fellow classmates, regulate what it's like to be a student in that school, or like the Hope Squad at Princeton, to help kids who deal with like suicide and suicidal ideations. And it's a blessing. It's a blessing to be able to go to these different places and meet all these different students, all these different people, and to feel as if you're impacting their lives in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And you always know when you've done something when a kid will say, "Hey, Mr. B, when's the next time you coming back?" you know you've done something when they want you back. So I feel like we do that consistently. I feel like our engagement is stellar. I feel like our execution is top notch. And this is my purpose. So, you know, I feel like I don't have a job anymore, because when you walk in purpose and you get compensated for it, you're not working anymore. You're just living out what you were created to do.
Yeah. Folks, Arte, A-R-T-E. You go around Cincinnati, this man right here is beautifying Cincinnati with volunteers and kids alike. And later on in the show, I'm going to tell you how you can get involved with Arte and Mr. Billingsley, double B's here. You know, he really, you know, really brings art to life to people and inspiration. He brought inspiration to me. And once you see his artwork, you know, you definitely going to see why it can be very inspiring to you. And speaking of which, Brent, I got some pictures that I collected from you on your Facebook page. I'm going to start out with this one. Each one I'm going to show. Okay. I want you to describe to me what it is. Okay. And, you know, and also I want you to tell me, like, what does it really tell when you see artwork that you see in the background?
Okay, so that is a current art show that's at Gallery at Gumbo. That's on Main Street, downtown Cincinnati. So what that was a partnership with Gallery at Gumbo and Cincinnati Children's Hospital. And I had art students that I worked with to create essentially a body of work. So I got there, I met with them, and we talked about what they wanted to do. So we came up with this concept of Wakanda. And the reasoning behind Wakanda was because they look like us. And I thought that was powerful within itself, a very powerful statement, because to see kings and queens of color on the cutting edge of technology and intelligence, all within itself is empowering. And then the movie's dope too, so, you know. But yeah, so that was our theme. I work with, let me see, 3, 4, 5 youth. So that was pretty powerful.
Now this one here, like, really inspired me, because you told me about this off camera, because it has to do with this little boy right here. He's from Australia, correct?
Yeah, he's originally from Australia. Him and his parents currently live in Canada, but they're Australians and they have the accents to prove it. So yeah.
Tell me about Bird Brain Apparel.
So Bird Brain Apparel, these young brothers, man, I'm so proud of them. They have their own shop at the outlet mall that's over in Westchester. And they just, they're a bunch of young black entrepreneurs that are right now, I mean, they're crushing the game. They have a beautiful mindset, they have a beautiful line, they have apparel, they have shoes there. It's a beautiful space. And I think that being that young, they're brothers, and they're both like 20, I think 23, 21. They're young. And to be so young and have accomplished so much is impressive within itself. But man, what I love about them is they have an awesome spirit about them. Like when I'm with them, when I'm talking with them. So I met Charlie at the Freedom Center, because I meet people from Freedom Center all over the world. And Charlie has cancer, and they discovered it this year. So he's here actually at Children's Hospital getting treatment over there at the Children's Hospital off of Cincinnati Dayton Road. And the kid, man, was like relentless. Him and his father, I spoke with him at the Freedom Center. So we decided to have lunch that week. So we had lunch over there at the outlet mall, and I made him a little custom Charlie Brown shirt, because his name is Charlie. And it's just, man, it's amazing when you meet resilient, magnificent people who have dire circumstances past what you would ever even know. And you would never know it because of how much that kid smiles and cherishes life. It's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing, like I told you, your artwork inspires people, and it definitely inspires Charlie right here. It really does. All right, now before you say something about this picture right here,
Okay.
every time I see that logo, I see it all the time when I go to Mason. It's over at Mason High School, but it's supposed to be a mural, correct?
Yeah, it's different now. So that was in the main cafe area before we started. The M is a little more dripped out now. So that was that was basically our canvas. So we did a little something with that. So we made the M a whole lot more spectacular, if I do say so myself. The kids came up with the design, and I kind of added my bells and whistles to it. And there was a process. So I met with the kids. We had a professional photo shoot. They kept all their pictures. And then we actually used images of the kids in the mural when it was all said and done with the final design. And again, that was a situation where we got with kids, we built relationships, and then we did something beautiful together.
All right. Now this picture here, we see, these girls right here, they did an excellent job on this one. I see, they're playing, different sports, just walking around look like.
Yeah.
I mean, explain to me what these kids did with this.
So that was a community project that we did at North College Hill. And actually there's 4 of those. That's just one of them. And it was a community-based project we did. It was about 50-something volunteers that we did 4 on a Saturday. We came out and the theme was Kids at Play. And we did 4 parking spaces that were spaced apart. And that was beautiful, man. The people came out and we had them painting. We started at 9 o'clock in the morning and we painted till we lost light. And even prior to that, the setup, we had to go, we power washed the sidewalk, we swept it, and then we primed it like another day, and then we actually laid down the designs like a week after we primed it. So that was a process. And then some of those girls who came and helped out were walking down the street when I was priming. So I said, hey, come on there, help out Mr. B, get these things primed. So if I'm ever painting a mural in the community, I don't never advertise that it's a community-based project usually. What I do is if I see some kids walking by, they come in and help paint. Then the next day they'll come and help paint. Then I'll feed them, then all their friends show up. So I don't never purposely say, hey, I don't never advertise I'm doing a community-based mural. I will go there the day I'm painting and we'll knock on doors and we'll get kids out to come and assist on what we're doing in their neighborhood.
Every time I look at, at these pictures, I mean, again, I know it's worth me telling you, y'all know it's cliche, but like, every time I see something like this, it just inspires me. It gives me that identification of like who I really am as a person.
Yeah.
And, there's some more pictures that I got too that I'm going to show later on. But like these pictures, it can like really identify yourself on, who you are inside and what you can do, because like when I like look at artwork, there's an artwork that happened over there right across the street from Duke Energy Center. It has like Ronald Isley, Bootsy Collins, and all those. I know you didn't do that, but like that picture right there inspires me to like sing. I can sing too, I got practice on my vocals, of course,
right.
But still, it inspires me, and every time, a question I have for you is, when people walk around and look at your artwork, whether it's at school or around Cincinnati, what do you want them to get out of it? You kind of mentioned to me already the message, but like, what do you really want them to see when they look at your artwork that you and your volunteers, put on here?
So what do I want them to see? I guess I would want them to see that these images were done by the people that live here. I guess I want them to see, something beautiful. I'm very adamant at our public display. I'm adamant at everything that I actually create, purely. But if it's going to be seen in public, you want to put some extra oomph into it. You want to really make sure that it's beautiful, because people are going to be looking at it. And I really could care if people are judging it, but for the ones who are inspired by it. You want it to be aesthetically beautiful, but you want it to read up something that is indicative to that place that it's at, to the culture of the people that created it, in order to whatever message you're trying to bring across. And my message is always that, we're all birthed from the same clay. And I feel like we're in this thing together, no matter what your background or your belief system. We all exist here on this planet, and it behooves us to recognize what we have in common rather than focus on what separates us.
All right, now this one right here, this is from this is Miss Obama, former, First Lady.
Yeah.
The word says "just dream." I
Yeah.
mean, every time I look at that, it's like when I looked at it this morning before you came in, it says to me that, okay, I could dream about what you really want to do. It's like something that a kid would do, but like as an adult, it's like it makes me want to dream even more. It's like me wanting to be a talk show host. It makes me want to dream even more. Go further along the distance to what does this picture really mean when you see Miss Obama and the word "just dream"?
So that's one of my children did that. So one of the youth I work with, I do T-shirt builds. So I would get with communities or groups of people, and we make T-shirts. We whip out the acrylic, and I've got stencils I've cut, and we just get creative. The goal is always, when you do a shirt, the goal is to use at least 2 to 3 stencils on a shirt. And this kid used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because all those, every word, the bird, the owl, they're all individual stencils. So they exceeded the expectations. And so this work was done by a young person. So a young person came up with this composition. I think it's beautifully framed. It's got a really good aesthetic to it. And so this is straight from the spirit and soul of how a young person was feeling on the day that we created these T-shirts. And you'll see those, and you'll see some that are absolutely fantastic to look upon. And this is one of them. So I could only, so this is from the mind of someone else, but my interpretation is just that first African-American woman of color first lady. So I can imagine what they were thinking when they put this in. You got teamwork, because one of Obama's saying is that you're not in this by yourself, and having the courage to step out and achieve those pinnacles they have achieved is, I think having the courage to dream is one thing, but you have to put actions with your faith. You have to have resilience. You have to be able to overcome obstacles, and for every no you get told, you got to add that fuel to your engine and keep on pushing forward.
I mean, that picture right there, I mean, again, it makes me want to dream. And for your kid to do something like that, you opening art to them early.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you go to elementary school, you see those first graders, you see those kindergartners. I don't know if you do kindergartners or not, but you really open up the door to art, more than just going to an art class at school, because it makes them want to, think more about who they really are and what they want to do when they grow up. It's good that you're doing something like this, because with kids, they need to start early about their artistic ideas, whether they want to do art or not. Art is still going to play a role in their life, and no matter what career you are, me as a journalist, me working in broadcast news, art is always something that's, an inspiration that's gonna follow me everywhere I go. Every time I go to downtown Cincinnati, I see some kind of mural. I see some kind of masterpiece, artistic masterpiece that really catches my eye, catches my attention. And as a photojournalist, it catches my attention when I get videos of people and video of artwork and talking to you, of course. So for those magnificent artistic people, whether it's kids or adults alike, if they really want to get involved in art, what can they do?
You can go to the website, which is cincyart.com. So, and then you can sign up to be one of our volunteers. We are constantly doing work on a regular basis. We have many, right there, right? We have many projects that we're working on, and it's a beautiful thing to come out and be part of something bigger than yourself. So if you go to Cincy, that's CINCYARTE.com, you can sign up as one of our volunteers. You can ask to be put on or you can ask to receive a calendar, and we'll send you a calendar, and we update it every week, and you'll get an idea of what we're doing on a weekly basis. Now we've updated it for like the year, but certain projects will just pop up, so we add it. So every week I try to update the calendar for the following week, but some things we have for the month already, but things do pop up as well.
And it's my understanding too that you all have every third Sunday. You all go to this place right here, the National Underground Railroad over there on Freedom Way at the Banks, for some stuff that's going on there. Like, tell me about that.
So every month, every third Sunday, which is Fifth Third Free Sunday, we are at the National Underground Railroad Freedom Center. And they have us there to engage. I mean, that's the gist of it. They have us there. Like I said, our engagement is first priority to me. So we are there to enhance people's Freedom Center experience. The people come, what I love about the Freedom Center, being there and being a part of what they do, is that the people come from all over the world to the Freedom Center. If people are visiting Cincinnati, if people have a layover at the airport and say, hey, the Freedom Center is here, let's go check it out, because I feel as if the Freedom Center represents a lot of history, a lot of culture, and a lot of things that happen in America at one point in time. So people are there gravitating to see what that looks like and to see the artwork. And when they're there, it just so happens we're there to greet them and engage in something that they can actually take with them or something they can be a part of. So our job is to enhance their Freedom Center experience.
And once again, folks, I mean, it's for free admission. We're talking every third Sunday of each month. If you can't make it, this month, you can, go on the third Sunday in January. Matter of fact, there's one coming up already. It's coming up on the 18th, December 18th, on Sunday from 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. at the National Underground Railroad on Freedom Way. Please be there. Meet Brent. Meet Art. Meet all the volunteers he has for his organization. And, you can learn a thing or two about the Underground Railroad at the same time. And look at all the artwork inside, too. And learn more about what Bill Billingsley's artwork really mean to Cincinnati. I mean, I'm telling you, people, artwork makes the dream work. It creates dreams. It created dreams for me, and it can definitely create dreams for you. And it also created dreams for Brent. That's why he came up with art himself, because he felt like art is an inspiration. So I'm telling you, people, it's worth, going on this website. I'm going to put it up here once more, CincyArt.com. Please go on there, check out his work, check out what it's all about. And if you really want to volunteer, I encourage you all, for all you artistic people out there, I really encourage you to go on this website and, learn more and reach out to Brent, because, they can also reach out to you on the website too, right?
Correct.
Okay. That's okay.
And social media, Facebook, I'm Brent Billingsley on Facebook. So this is my name, BrentBillingsley, or my Instagram also is Brent Lavelle1, BrentLavelle, and then the number 1. Or Cincy Art is also an Instagram page as well. Or TikTok is everything is a canvas. So yeah, there's other ways to reach me aside from the website. I have different social media platforms. And we have a YouTube page, Cincy Art. That's a YouTube page as well.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first. You can go on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. He's on there. Cincy Art is on there. Trust me. He has a lot of artwork, videos, you name it, he's there. And, you know, I might want to get my art on too, because I told him a long time ago I wanted to, you know, get involved with his organization some way, somehow. Well, here I am, having him on my show on Set the Record Straight with Soul Train to talk about his artistic ideas and get the word out, you know, for all you, you know, brilliant people that's into art or likes being in the arts. You know, this is a good opportunity for you to, you know, really showcase your artwork with Brent and with everyone at Art. You know, make Cincinnati beautiful. That's the whole point of this. Making Cincinnati beautiful. Beautify the city. And you never know. Brent here, I'm going to tell you.
Yes.
My man Brent, he might, you know, go beyond Cincinnati. He might inspire the world, inspire the USA to, like, you know, beautify their city. Because I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, we have murals in Nashville right now. So we made a trip to Nashville.
Ooh,
and we
Nashville.
went up there for about 8 days, and we did some beautiful murals up there.
And where else should I know where y'all do artwork outside of Cincinnati?
We've done some in Columbus. That's it right now. Cincinnati, Hamilton, Westchester, Mason, Tennessee, Columbus, Mansfield. Actually, my first mural when I was 18 years old, many moons ago, and that's still up there at my high school. So that's up north, Mansfield, Ohio. So that was my first mural that I've ever did. So
Wow.
That's pretty amazing. And I did that with a group of my peers at the time.
All right, my man. Well, we're almost out of time, folks. Brent, come here for a minute.
Yes.
Come here. Come towards me.
Okay.
Yeah. This is something I always do on my show. You know,
Okay.
At the end of it. Hold on one second. Gotta do this real quick. Go this way. It's a little something I like to do.
Okay.
Hold on one second. Let me put on the music here. And let me see right there. My man,
Yeah.
it's been a pleasure having you on my show, my man.
Oh, absolutely, brother.
Always a pleasure to see you everywhere I go. Every time I get assigned to go do, do an art show or, you know, at a school or something, I always see you there. You
Yeah.
always inspire Cincinnati. I mean, you know, you might inspire the mayor. Pureval, Aftab, Pureval,
Yeah.
You might inspire him. You know, I know he's inspired by what you do. Everyone at City Hall, they inspire what you do. So I want to really appreciate what you do. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
And don't let nobody stop you, man. Please don't.
Absolutely.
All right, my man.
Appreciate you, Soul Train.
Ain't
Always good to see you, brother.
Always,
And
my
I do
bro.
mean always.
Hey,
I
you
do
always
mean
gonna be
always.
you always gonna be my homeboy. You
That's
know.
what's up. That's what's up.
We'll always, keep in touch. I definitely want to see you on my show again.
Hey,
And
ready when you are, brother.
Oh,
ready
yeah.
when you are.
And people, if you want to learn more about my show, I definitely encourage you to, go on, you can email me. Here's my personal email. It's sbj285@yahoo.com. Just if you have any ideas, if you want to be on my show, if you have a nonprofit organization, feel free to pass it along my way. And, tell me about your organization. And if you have pictures or videos you want to send to me, you can do that there. I also encourage you to go on my YouTube page. Oh, hold on. That's the wrong one. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, wrong one. Okay, never mind. You can go on my YouTube page. It's Broadcasting Genius. Broadcasting Genius. You go see the latest videos, promos, all that. And you can go on my YouTube page, which is right here. Set the Record Straight with Soul Train. You can find also the latest videos, information, and all the episodes that I had on my show. You can definitely look it on there. I encourage you to do that. Brent.
Yes, sir.
Oh, hold on one second. Whoops. Well, there we go. There we go. It's been a pleasure, my man.
Oh, brother, always.
Please
always.
come back. Please come back.
Yeah,
And next time,
I live down the street, man, so this is easy for me.
you're in Hamilton.
Yeah.
I live right across the street from Waycross Community Media.
Yeah, this is easy. Whenever you want to come, let's chop it up and talk about what I got going on next. I am more than happy to come. You, brother, are a delight to speak to every time. And I don't do absolutes, but I do mean every time. Check that out.
Man, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. And I want you to like learn, my last slogan that I have on my show.
Yeah.
I want you to, this is something I want you to pass on. People, Cincy Arte. It's worth me telling you again, join him, at Cincy Arte. Hold on a second. There we go. All right, folks. This is it. And until next time, do one thing for me. Keep it fresh, Cincinnati.